obviously a name that jumps out. How much had you kind of seen of him playing for Spurs in the underage rank?
Yes, we've elevated five of the 17-year-olds really. Troy is one of those, and he's obviously a very talented player. He's coming right through the system, of course, with the national teams and done very well with Tottenham. He has an injury at the moment. He's had a procedure on his toe, so there is a doubt about his availability for the game because of that. So we'll have to see how it goes, and our medical team have been dealing with the Tottenham medical team, and they have been in contact. So there is a doubt about his availability because of that. So we'll have to see how his progress goes over between now and the 24th.
Yeah, one of the things as well, of course, given, as you mentioned, some of these are from kind of younger age groups. What type of consultation is being done with, I suppose, the coaches of the under 17s and under 15s to kind of decide where's the best place to fit them?
Yeah, I think it's we meet quite regularly. I think with all of the managers, and I think. But ultimately, as a manager, you make your own decisions and based on what you see with your own eyes. And I think, we've obviously promoted like Gavin Bazunu, Leo Connor, Troy Parrott, Adam Ida, and Connor Coventry. And they've been promoted on merit because they're extremely talented individuals, and they've shown, real talent, and we want to fast track that in a way, and they're in on merit really, and we want to give them the opportunity at under 21 level.
I suppose a name that's not actually in the squad here, but Ryan Nolan of Inter Milan, of course, he could still be eligible for the under 19s, but was he under consideration?
Yeah, he's on standby for this team at the moment. Yeah, Ryan is on standby, and he's obviously a talented defender. He's been with the under 18s previously. And I think he's a traditional number 5, if you like. He's a very, very, very good defender. We've gone with Darragh O'Shea, who's sort of in that bracket of a traditional. We've had different types of defenders in the group, but Darragh O'Shea has sort of emerged as the contender, or as the leading contender for in that type of player, because he's played nearly 30 games now for Exeter in League Two and has excelled. In League Two, and West Brom are very happy with him, and he seems to have a future there. But yeah, Ryan is on standby for this squad.
I suppose the final one for myself, the residency rule, obviously you were speaking about at the start of the week, but I guess more in terms of eligibility and the rulings around that with FIFA, what's the ideal kind of scenario you're looking at in terms of changes, and maybe the latest point that a player can make a swap between national associations?
What is my personal view, is it? Yeah, well, I think it's irrelevant. My personal view at the moment is not that important. I think we have to. My personal view, you shouldn't be able to play for the senior international team and move to another international team. That's my personal view. I don't agree with that. But I think so that's I'm very strong on that view. I think it's clear to me, but I think those are the rules, so we have to respect that, and everyone understands that.
So just finally on that, would you still be kind of in favour of maybe allowing I suppose a degree of swapping just up to the bottom of like the senior level, so just up to under 21 level?
Yeah, I think it's a complex area. It's not always a black or white issue, and you have to respect. That some people they feel they have dual nationality, between their parents and their backgrounds, and their, certainly you have to respect that. And some people are torn between the backgrounds that they're, the sometimes completely diverse backgrounds that they're from, and you have to have respect for that. So it's not a straightforward issue.
Any more questions from digital?
Stephen, obviously this is Troy Parrott's first call to the squad. obviously the under-19 season you have here. Do you think it's a big step up for him? He's still only 17, but he's made a huge amount of progress already in such a short space of time.
Yeah, and as you say, he was recently 16. He recently turned 17, so he's you know, so it is a step up, but you know, we think he's ready for it, and we're happy to do that. We're happy to promote our best younger players up through the age groups. That's my view, you know. And I think we want to promote players quicker, and see how they perform at under 21 level. And if they can perform at that level, that can help accelerate the development into becoming senior internationals, and that's ultimately the ambition. And I think so. That's the way I would view it.
Any more before breakout, guys?
Just your thoughts, like players from Electricity League, players that you've obviously been familiar with the last number of years, and all of them have, I suppose, started well this year as well. Just your thoughts on the players that you've called up.
Yeah, I think you know, we haven't had any prejudice in any regard to who we selected based on where they're from or who they play for, but I've based it basically on what I've seen with my own eyes and their current form in some cases. So we have left some good players out who haven't been playing maybe recently, or other players have emerged and done better. So, and then there's the balance of the squad, because you can have a number of players with similar qualities. So you have to, if you're picking central defenders, you have to have players who complement each other. Similarly in midfield and in the attacking area. So it's about picking a blend of players that complement each other in the style of play.
Can you just ask you about the under-21 squad, just the one that the locally based one? I mean, who would have been the players who it was hard to leave out from that when you sat down to pick this one?
Players that were in that squad but not in this one, is it? Yeah, well, I think it doesn't necessarily mean that one player's done better than others. It means maybe that position, there's greater opportunity in that position sometimes, and again the blend and balance of the squad are very important. And I think there was a lot of players that did well in that camp that are not in today's squad, but you know. So I think, but that's the nature of it. I think there's 11 games this year. The under-21 team have 11 games, which is unprecedented. Minimum 11. And I think so. Anyone who doesn't get selected for this squad, we will certainly be monitoring their progress, and with a view to being involved in maybe the under-21 tournament in Toulon in June, and the 6 subsequent qualifiers after that. So this is a squad for the first game against Luxembourg, with that in mind. But that doesn't mean there's a lot of flexibility. Doesn't mean there won't be a flexibility to change over the year, because I'm sure there will. I'm sure there will be changes based on form, availability, etc. You know, we've had some players, some good attacking players, for example. We're waiting to see how tripartite is, for example. It's been spoken about. Obviously, Michael Obafemi has been unfortunate with his hamstring injury. You know, it's sort of ruled him out because he's shown some great promise, and he is the player obviously that's featured in the Premier League in England. So terrifically well to do that. Great tribute to everyone at Southampton and himself. And but obviously he's been ruled out, and so the attacking players and players like Aaron Connolly have been ruled out as well. He was the Premier League under-23 top scorer this season with Brighton, so he's been ruled out also with a torn hamstring.
Just on Obafemi would have been in this squad rather than the senior squad if he'd been fit?
Well, it's most likely.
And just on Parrott, I know you've been asked that a couple of times, but you talked about the big step up that under-21 football is from, say, under-19 international football. Often we're talking to yourself or Mick now about the under-23 league, Premier League in England. Parrott has shown that he can cope at that level, but there are question marks about how competitive it is. How does the under-23 league compare to under-21 international football, if you can make that comparison?
Yeah, all of the levels are different, and I think even some of the weeks, the under-23 league in England, some of the matches they vary. Obviously, like I was on Monday night. I was in Molyneux to watch Wolves play on Monday night against Southampton, and obviously that was a game in Molyneux in the stadium. Sometimes you go to games and they're playing on the training grounds. You know, they're playing on the training ground. The matches are played on the training grounds. So sometimes they're played in the stadiums, and so they're different. Sometimes some weeks some teams are stronger than others based on players that they have available at the clubs or the policy that they've decided upon for promoting young players. So like for example, the game I was at on Monday was a very good standard, Wolves and Southampton under 23s. But some weeks you might go and both teams are promoting even younger players, and the standard mightn't be as high. So it's it's difficult to sort of compare League Two to the SPL to the league here to the under 23 league. It's all you can see is the qualities that the player has, how he adapts to his environment, and how you feel he can adapt to the under 21 team and its environment. Because you're right, when you're going in against a lot of the under 21 international teams, they mainly have players who are playing in first teams around Europe, and that's really very significant.
Okay, thanks guys.